he's there to die. Give him a bubble. I don't care. Stick him anyway. Just kill him. And if you're going to do it, but that's Arkansas, because you can't do that in California. California, they're gonna appeal. You're never gonna get that done. But the fact that you put 8 guys up, you didn't say 1. Usually it takes you a while to kill 1, but you want to kill 8. Talk about jumping the gun and saying, hey, let's, before the expiration date goes on this shit, let's get rid of these guys. Hey, man, you start calling up all the guys. You want to work overtime? Yeah, well, we got some guys to kill this week, and, we want to get it done. In the old days, and I remember finding this out, they used to, 3 days before they would kill you, the guy who was going to execute you would come by and talk to you, and he would introduce himself. Hi, how are you? My name is John.
I'll be your executioner.
I'll be your executioner. You'll be dying about 3. Is there anything you would like to eat before you go on? We have.
They have the executioner do that.
Yeah, well, yeah.
I always wondered. I figured it was always figured it was just like the guards.
Well, they have special guards, and the executioner and the guy, and they would give you, you'd have a conversation with the guy where you want to eat and everything. And now, and this is no lie. And I used to, when I saw this article one time that this guy was on death row in like Florida, and he choked on his last meal.
Oh,
and thought they could kill him. And I said, "Well, hey, the taxpayers save some money."
Does the executioner still get paid for showing up?
Well,
at least?
Probably so. But it's amazing, and there's a whole preparation that you have to do. You have to you have to prep yourself. You find out who your executioner is, and they have a schedule. Certain guys execute certain people. They used to have women executing women. If a woman's going to be executed, they would have a certain woman come in and talk to her, and would you like your hair done before you get your, yeah, they would have your hair done. Would you like a special perfume or anything that you would wear before you go in? And you would find these things out before you. I'm serious. You would sit back and you have to have this. They want you to get prepped, for your execution. So and is there anyone you like to call? You can talk to people before you go. So you're free to call. A good 4 or 5
So you
folks.
can phone a friend?
Yes.
Can you poll the audience? Get a 50-50?
Yeah, you can call up and let people know, hey, good knowing you. Yeah, and everything, and
that would just be hilarious. Hey, it's Jim from high school.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if you remember me. No, I sat behind you. And, oh yeah. Well, not much. What are you up to? Well, funny you should ask. The reason I'm calling,
right?
I'm going to be executed this Friday, and I wanted to see if you had plans.
Yeah. Now I don't know if you can. Now you can invite people to your execution. You can do that. People can come, family if they want to come and see you. The reason why they started putting you behind doors, especially with the gas and stuff, but they would, that would be important. That way you wouldn't kill them.
I'm just thinking like early tryouts with the gassing prisoners to death. You got the whole gallery, the audience in the room with them.
Yeah,
it's like, well, that didn't work out.
No,
and what if we put them in another room with a door?
Yeah, you got to seal that up. And also, even when they started electrocuting people, which is the reason why they use the sponge
to conduct the electricity. Yeah.
Because if you don't wet the sponge, you're just basically cooking meat, and which they've had people where things went wrong. There was a black dude. They zapped him 3 times. He lived, and they had to let him go.
Wow.
Yeah, he got zapped 3 times. Hit him again. Hey, I'm telling you, I'm not leaving. I'm not going down. You mean that some bitch ain't dead? Kill him, hit him again. And it was in the South, and they had to let him go. And they thought that that he was going to have serious problems. Dude, it seemed like it gave him energy or whatever, but the guy went,
so to speak.
Yeah, basically. And they had to call the governor Did they kill him? No, he's just waiting for you to come and sign the papers, and we can let him go. They had to let him go because you can't keep him.
Wow.
If he lives through the execution, you gotta let him go. It's like if you use the firing squad, if the bullet does not kill him, you can't keep shooting him. You can't keep shooting him. You can't. It's not a Western.
Not like same time tomorrow.
Yeah.
Right.
No.
Morning, Sam. Morning, Ralph.
Can't do it, man. You can't. And people think, well, maybe he just missed him. No, okay, because when they shoot in Utah, one guy has the bullet. Everybody else.
Yeah,
is
they
shooting
do that
blank.
so nobody.
Yeah. Now, if that one dude misses, right, and he don't hit the spot, and the dude lives, you can't shoot him again. You gotta let him go. The only reason, the reason why they stopped doing hangings in America? They stopped hanging. Well, the Army probably still hangs people, but they stopped hanging people because they couldn't get the weights right on the. When you drop the sandbags, you got to get the weight just right. If you don't, you rip his neck off. If you put too much, and so a guy was laying there, and then oh Jesus, dude, the guy's neck is hanging. Part of his neck is hanging out, and he's still alive.
Oh, I was going to say that's.
And he's just sitting there gagging to death, and people are upchucking their cookies while they're sitting, because and the dude's eyes are damn near out of his head. And
so basically, they stopped doing it because it didn't test well with the audiences.
Oh well, yeah, because everybody's like, "Where are you going?" "I'm going to a hanging." No, everybody was going to the hanging, like like going to a concert. They used to get off on it. America's come a long way.
We still got a ways to go.
Yes, we do. Yeah, there's some primitive motherfuckers still out there. Very primitive guys.
I want to go back to this thing, though, about being able to invite people to your execution.
Yes.
Like, do you have a limited guest list?
Well, you can bring.
Use Evite?
I think you have. Yeah, you have a.
Is it like Facebook? Like, I'm going to invite 400 people. Maybe 2 will show up.
Well, nowadays you can. Facebook, if you can use Facebook or social media, you can make the announcement that you're being executed. You're allowed to bring probably about 5 people, family members, because usually the victims' families are going to be crowded because they want to see you dead. So they usually get more seats than you do, but your family is allowed to come, and you are allowed to call people. You can order whatever type of food you want. If you want lobster and steak, pancakes, whatever you want to do, you can order it. But you will get the opportunity to talk to a priest and your executioner. And the executioner comes by and has a conversation with you, and you introduce yourself. Hi, my name is Larry Wilson. I'm your executioner. I will be executing you about 3:45. Is there anything you need? You want to shave? You want to shower? Would you like some good cologne? They can give you some cologne and all those different things, and then you can go. You can go and get prepared for death. Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah, and they would fly. Now you got to understand, your executioner is flown in. Yeah, he's flown in. He doesn't live right like in the town. You fly your executioner in. So the executioner comes in. He's probably in another town going to an execution, and they call him up and say, okay, you get a flight. And now that's a conversation. Can you imagine sitting next to this guy? Where are you going? Well, I'm just here to going to execute someone. Really, I'm an executioner. Yeah. And you can't ask that question, do you wear a hood? Now, actually, they stopped with the hoods. You didn't have to, that's when you started, because guys wanted to know who was killing them.
Well, I was going to say, if you're meeting the person you're executing,
right,
that sort of defeats the purpose of the hood, unless you just don't want them to see the look on your face.
Well, remember they would when they would, that's why they had you didn't know, because usually it's someone you knew. That's why they covered your head. So the guy,
it's like the worst surprise party ever.
Yeah. You're about to get the guillotine. Hey, Ralph!
You're the next contestant on This Is Your Death.
Yeah.
Do you remember this voice?
Yeah.
So I just pull the switch. It's your neighbor, Bert. What?
Yeah, and so you get to.
So wait, how do they? This is fascinating.
Yeah.
How do they get? Like, do they poll? How do they get the person? They want someone who knows you.
What's that?
Is it like so? Do they go through your Facebook comments and say,
Well, I mean,
this guy really seems to hate him?
Right. Well,
like there's a former panelist on this show that I'm sure would like be the first in line to like, I'll execute Robinson.
Right. Well, back in the back in the days when they were chopping your heads off and everything, the guy, the executioner, he wore a hood.
Right,
but
that was so they.
Yeah, they didn't want you to know who was actually, because it could have been somebody you saw in the shop having a beer with, but the locals probably knew. You probably can you imagine you working, baby? What happened? How many heads did you chop today? Because they were, you can imagine being married to it, and God forbid you marry a guy like that, Please, you don't want to piss him off because your head. He's so skilled at chopping heads off. Shit, you know.
Well, yeah, but I mean, if you're going to kill somebody and you're known for chopping people's heads off,
yeah. If
you want to get away with it, wouldn't you go with another method?
Well,
she was poisoned to death.
Yeah.
Well, that couldn't have been me. I'm a head chopper.
Yeah, yeah. But
if her head was chopped off, of course I would understand you guys thinking right away, me.
Right. But, yeah, and also with the they had to set it up almost because executioners were having a lot of issues.
I can imagine.
Yeah, when you have to go home and you have to sit and think about how many people you executed, and you don't know if he was innocent or not, and God forbid you kill someone that was innocent.
Right.
You got.
Well, that's my big issue with is that the justice system is more geared towards winning and losing rather than finding truth. So if you're innocent but you got a crappy lawyer,
right. But
you're the next contestant.
Also with prisons are always trying to put these programs together. Like they have a gardening program for pedophiles that they would also work in gardens.
I really hope they're not calling it a kindergarten.
You're gonna burn for that one.
Add it to the list.
You're gonna burn for that one. No, they're gonna kill a kindergarten. But no, they thought that to take their mind off of sleeping with wanting to sleep with minors and things like that, they would get them a garden. I thought gardening would they thought a different venue, a different change would change their thinking. So they some of them they would have them just get into different skills, barbering, not teaching anything. No,
that's probably
yeah. But they thought that. Yeah. The prisons are always coming up with these, and so these are the same type of people who try to show you that you want to be the friendly executioner. So they want you to come in and introduce yourself, and they fly you in, and when you stay at the local hotel in town, and then you drive into the prison. Everybody knows who you are. You come in, hey, that's Bill. He's the executioner. He's going to be executed. But everybody had a different executioner. They didn't have the same executioner. So, because some guys could request an executioner, so you can request a black executioner.
Oh, I hear he's good.
Yeah. Brothers would request a black. No, man, I don't want a white dude killing me. I want a brother. So they would request a black and I didn't know that they had black executioners, but apparently they do. As well as that's like I didn't know there were brothers that were on the bomb squad, but yet there are brothers. There are brothers on the bomb squad there. Because everybody say, who would want that job? No brother. Yeah, there are brothers on the bomb squad. Yeah, some brothers are good at blowing shit up. I don't know. Just so, if you're being, I think Tookie Williams had a black executioner. I think he had a black one. Yeah.
This has been such an educational show today.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. But see, these are things that people would never know about what's going on in our society. Remember, the prison system is